welcome back to episode 5 of This Week at Chelsea. I pushed it back a few days as scheduled because, well, not a lot has happened this last week to report on, but we have a few new developments to unravel, so let's get into it. But before we do so, we're getting ever closer to 5,000 subscribers. I now think it's about 200 subscribers away now, so please do remember to drop a subscription and hit the like button as well. It's greatly appreciated. But let's get into the news. First up, another graduate is set to leave and move to Italy. More specifically, AC Milan. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, one of the most prolific graduates to come out of the academy, seems to have run his course at Chelsea. According to reports, AC Milan are in concrete talks to sign Ruben. He's apparently a priority signing in the midfield for next season. Loftus-Cheek is believed to be keen on the move, as the negotiations are progressing very well. Realistically, I mean, let's be honest, the move makes sense for both parties. Serie A has now proven a great place for Chelsea players, not only graduates, but, you know, players moving on. Tomori, Abraham, both graduates, of course, but then Giroud, Lukaku, and so on. So it makes sense. It makes sense that Ruben would have a desire to play there. I mean, both Milan sides were in the semi-finals going into the Champions League, and now, of course, Inter Milan into the final. For us, it's a great way to free up space in relation to gutting the squad, as we already know that we want to do. So, I mean, let's be fair, players that don't fit the bill for what Chelsea are looking for, and whilst, you know, Ruben is a very well-rounded player, versatile player, I think it's fair to say that he would probably be better suited elsewhere. The quality, whilst versatile, is not to the standard, and I think that has shown this season, albeit he has been great in spells, but we need a solidified midfield, and with so many players in the midfield looking to maybe be departing, I think he is one of those players that is surplus to requirements, you know. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Should Ruben go, or should we see out the remainder of his contract first? Because he does still have a year left on his contract. Up next, and more on departing players, a list has been compiled of those who are very much expected to leave at the end of the season, and none of them are really a surprise at this point. Either you or I or anyone else realistically could have put this list together. All of these players would have been expected to be included. According to reports, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, not a surprise. Mateo Kovacic, probably the more surprising one out of all of this, but more so recently, not a surprise. Pulisic, not a surprise. Ziyech, Mendy, not a surprise. Hudson-Odoi, I would have, put money on maybe him giving another chance, but again, realistically, not surprised. And of course, we've already mentioned Ruben Loftus-Cheek are all set to be cleared to leave by Chelsea as Pochettino looks to streamline the squad, which according to that list makes it a total of 7. 7 players, more or less the golden number that Chelsea are looking for in terms of departures. That said, I think there's room for maybe even 2, 3, maybe 4, maybe more to add to that list. But who would you add to that list? I mean, there's certain names though, including Mason Mount, Havertz, etc. Maybe not Havertz, but Mason Mount, a name that has been, on the departure list for a few months now. Seems to be in the plans of Mauricio Pochettino if he can keep him. So I don't think he's part of that list, so to speak. It's one of those players he wants to keep, but Havertz maybe. Who else? Let me know in the comments down below. And up next, it's a huge blow for Chelsea as Pochettino appears to have snubbed the club in place of another side. It's breaking news, so to speak. The Argentinian, whilst almost a guarantee to manage Chelsea next season, appears to have made a U-turn on the deal, opting to sign and manage another club. I'm devastated. I'm absolutely devastated. According to official reports from the Soccer Aid socials, Mauricio Pochettino has signed a 1-game deal to become the World 11 FC manager. Absolutely gutting news for Chelsea fans around the world. We thought we'd signed it. We thought it was signed, sealed, sealed and ready to go. And obviously, this has no change on the Chelsea deal. But what I will say is it will be good to see him have a little bit of fun. You know, strut his stuff on the sidelines at Wembley, I believe, or maybe Old Trafford, wherever it usually is, before getting, incredibly serious with this Chelsea squad in the summer. Pochettino has said it's a real pleasure to be part of a match that represents a big cultural moment in this country's annual calendar, and rightly so, because it raises so much money for UNICEF. I love English football stadiums. The passion the fans show for the game and the atmosphere they create. So it will be great to feel that again next month. And, you know, the months to follow, Pochettino. Am I right? Am I right? And finally, the breaking news, the title of this video, you've probably skipped all the other bits, but you've got to the juicy parts. Finally, a report from Julien Laurens has emerged that Chelsea are in for VLAHOVIC and that the club have already made an offer for the player.
I was told today, by someone that Chelsea are in for VLAHOVIC. I've made an offer already for VLAHOVIC.
It was also reported a few days ago that, you know, there are 3 teams that showed up. In my opinion, Juve will take these offers seriously, and as we already know, Chelsea have put in an offer, apparently. All of them have an important profile because they're Chelsea, Bayern Munich and Atletico Madrid. So, based on these reports, and one being very specific, very, very specific, and on camera as well, enough to say that Chelsea have actually, in fact, made an offer. It seems Chelsea mean business when it comes to the number 9 position this season. We already knew they were, but now it's becoming more and more apparent. Laurens also continued to say that he doesn't believe that Romelu Lukaku is a Pochettino player, and that he believes that whilst Chelsea will get a number 9, it won't be Lukaku.
I don't think he's a Poch player. I don't think that works. I don't think he presses enough, for example. I don't think that's his game. It's not a criticism of Romelu, it's just the way it is. But there will be a number 9, and I really believe it's not going to be Lukaku.
So what are your thoughts? VLAHOVIC to Chelsea, with our ongoing problems surrounding that position, would we finally, would he finally be the man to end the troubles up front? I feel like I've said that for every single number 9 that we have purchased, including Romelu Lukaku, just 23 years of age, but showing fantastic potential. Then everyone seems to know the name by now. I suppose it all depends on the price tag, but given the importance of the number 9 position these days and the lack thereof of goals surrounding the club, with our tally being so very low this season, the position of the club right now as well, I feel like we'd be willing to pay big to get him. And but that's it. That's it. Episode 5 in the bag. Maybe the last episode of the season. So much to look forward to in the summer. And don't forget, whilst this series may be ending until next season, that there will be a new series starting during the summer regarding everything transfer related to Chelsea. But with that said, please subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content so you don't miss a little bit of it. Thanks for watching. My name is Harry up the Chelsea, and peace.